All passengers and most of the crew on board a Jeju Air flight have died after the plane crash landed at an airport in South Korea on Sunday. A total of 179 of the 181 people on board the Boeing 737-800 were killed, with just 2 survivors, both cabin staff pulled from the burning wreckage. The plane landed at Muan International Airport in the country's south, skidding off the runway and crashing into a wall in a fiery explosion. Flight 2216 was returning from Bangkok, Thailand with 6 crew and 175 passengers, many of them holidaymakers. Distraught families gathered in the airport's arrival hall in tears as they waited for bodies to be identified. Some of those killed have only been identifiable by their fingerprints. Meng Jae-soo, 78, told the Globe Quest his nephew and his nephew's 2 sons had been on the plane. It was the family's first trip abroad, to mark the youngest son finishing his college entrance exams. "I can't believe the entire family has just disappeared. My heart aches so much," he said. The passengers included 173 South Koreans and 2 Thai nationals. They were aged between 3 and 78, although most were in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, South Korea's Yonhap news agency reported. Footage shared of the crash, which happened shortly after 9:00 local time, 00 GMT, showed the aircraft landing without wheels, overshooting the runway and crashing into the airport's perimeter wall, before it exploded into flames. An investigation into the cause is underway. There had been no initial reports of plane or maintenance problems at takeoff. South Korean transport officials are reporting the plane ran into difficulties approaching landing with the pilot, who had more than 6,800 hours of flight experience pulling out of the first attempt due to bird interference. Soon after, the pilot issued a mayday call and made the ill-fated emergency landing attempt. A malfunction with the landing gear may have arisen from birds getting caught in the plane's systems, local media reported. One passenger sent a relative a message saying a bird was stuck in the wing, the South Korean News One agency said. The disaster is a national tragedy for South Korea, which has been embroiled in a political crisis after President Yoon and his temporary successor were both impeached by parliament. Acting President Choi Sang-mok, who was only appointed on Friday, visited the site of the crash on Sunday. "I express my deepest condolences to the many victims in the incident. I will do all I can for the injured to quickly recover," Choi said. South Korea's airlines have typically been seen as industry best practice with good safety records, analysts have said. The Jeju air crash is the worst for any South Korean airline since the 1997 Korean air crash in Guam, which killed more than 200 people. Prior to Sunday, the deadliest on South Korean soil was an Air China crash flight that killed 129. The Muan airport crash also marks the first fatal accident for Jeju Air, one of South Korea's largest low-cost airlines, which was set up in 2005. Jeju Air bosses bowed deeply as they gave a public apology at a press conference on Sunday. "We deeply apologize to all those affected by the incident. We will make every effort to resolve the situation," the firm said in a statement. Boeing Airlines, which manufactured the 737-800 jet, has said it is in touch with the airline